Welcome to Java. Thank you kindly for joining. It's February 20th, 2025, and it is also Thursday. Thanks to everyone that showed up in the Discord last night. We had another great discussion, a few really good things that were brought up. I do want to mention Sosh, and also there is an important video that I strongly encourage you to watch if you have not already. I will try to leave the link in the description. So it is out by Truth Warrior, one of our friends here on the channel. Now, quite a few things I would like to go over, but I would like to thank everybody that did come in there, as well as mention that this channel has kind of been shadow banned lately and has really plummeted the numbers. So I hope you don't mind watching a couple of advertisements, but uh, doing this once in a while does keep this channel back towards the top. So I'm going to monetize this one, and then probably that should take us through for another month or so. I appreciate everybody being here, your comments and your support. Without you, definitely would not be here. So thank you all. Let's go ahead and get into what's going on this morning. Now we've got the MMRI is sitting at 300, and it's pulled back a bit since yesterday. Not a lot, but what we're watching is a spike. We've got some odd movements in here still. It is very disconnected. We've got the elements of it are the 10-year yield, which we're watching to keep it under 5%, and the relative strength of the dollar, which has pulled back under 107 again. Now, as long as these kind of maintain, there's not an emergency issue here. Along with these, we keep an eye on the fear greed meter, which is neutral territory. So we're high risk, neutral territory for the retailers that are in this market, still buying the dips. Yesterday ended barely green in the markets. We've got our daily driver right now. What I'm kind of describing as tremors before shift, which could happen either Friday, late Friday, or next week. We've got some interesting things going on. We've got banks showing weaknesses now. They've still got underlying weaknesses in commercial mortgage-backed securities, but now also in the residential sector, which is showing weakness. We had home builder confidence yesterday, came out very weak, hitting the home builders. Now, merger and acquisition listings for banks are increasing, so this is another telltale sign. Meantime, one of these shifts and oddities that I'm seeing is the 10-year yield, as well as the Japanese bonds, are both dropping. And they are dropping while their currencies are working inverse to each other. So that's an anomaly I'm keeping an eye on. It's not a good thing, generally a sign of major manipulation, if you will. So we'll keep an eye on that. Now, shifting to the United States markets, marginally green at the moment. They could even open red, they're very weak looking. We've got the volatility index increasing. Gold is coming up against resistance, though, at the 3,000 level. We'll see what happens here. We got futures showing a bit of weakness, so we'll see how the day goes. With this, we've got cryptocurrencies have recovered. So Bitcoin back above 97,000 level and bringing the others up. If you are inclined into purchasing Solana, it's at a decently good level right now. Not financial advice. You've got to make your own decisions. We've got another here. Why the United States stock market may continue to hold up even as inflation is rising again. Well, it is inflation. Stock market is rising, prices going up. It's a signal for inflation, of course. And secondly, that money goes to where it can get yield. So everyone flocking into the stock market because it is better return still at the moment than most other investments. So that's a bit of what's going on. At least it is until it isn't. Calendar for today, we're watching jobless claims prior to the market open. A lot of Fed stuff. The leading economic indicators, those don't hold so much water as they used to. So I don't expect a lot out of those. We are looking at PMI for tomorrow morning prior to a lot of other movement and existing home sales again, the Fed speakers to kind of guide this back into line if it gets off the rails. We've got Walmart this morning. This is something interesting just came out. Their stock is dropping. Now, they had an earnings beat as they came out and reported. However, stock going down because they've got disappointing outlook going forward. Another not very good sign of the real economy. Want to mention this is Microsoft saying that they've got a new quantum computing chip. So they're on collision course with crypto, as it's saying, and then also competing with NVIDIA and some of the others, Google that came out with theirs. So again, all of the technocrats in another war amongst each other. In the meantime, we've got people making noises and protesting because they don't like their personal information getting out. In the background, we've got NVIDIA with a new artificial intelligence system aiming to transform genetic research. So people are okay with giving their genes to large corporations to do as they would like, but they're angry about their names and addresses. It doesn't make quite sense to me. I don't think they're seeing the view forward. Again, got to watch this video. Okay, so New York deploying National Guard to state prisons amid labor strike. Now, I know this doesn't have much to do with the economy on the surface, but with the civil unrest that is coming, we're going to see more of this. So they had to deploy their National Guard troops because the corrections workers just pretty much walked off the job. Just want to hit a couple of other things as well. Mercedes-Benz also warning their profits for 2025 will be significantly lower, so taking a hit to their guidance forwards. That's across the auto industry. It's not just Mercedes-Benz we're watching. Volkswagen, Toyota, Ford, all of them dropping their forward guidance. We've got the European Central Bank admitting their annual loss, hitting a new record low, 7.9 billion euro. Now, with all of these things going on, they're still denying we are in a recession, not just European Union, but also United States. It's just kind of being papered over at the moment. Now, with this, we've got all of the spats and battles going on, got into a row. Trump and Zelensky calling him a dictator as the US is in a rift with Ukraine. Now they're having peace talks over this Ukraine-Russia thing, and he's not invited. So they will decide the fate of what is going on there on deepening ties with Russia. As I was saying yesterday, a lot of it's going to incorporate trade deals, also the sanctions, as well as other monetary incentives for the two countries to work together. So there's a lot deeper things that go on there. Was basically a coup. We'll see how that works out and keep an eye on that. Now, I want to bring out one other thing here. Last thing, United States designated some of these Mexican cartels as terrorist groups. Now, there's a couple of important things here. The first off is this allows them to treat them differently. So it allows American military intervention, including drone strikes. That's the first thing. Second thing is that they were designated. So as long as they are designated under this term, that's all it takes for this type of action. And I'd like to open your eyes to these sorts of things because coming down the road could be used in a different way. So with this, I wish you all a good trading day, wonderful day in general. And until I see you again, my friends, please try to stay free.